Right now, we're going to do little book reports from the previous episode. We all recommended each other shows. Now we will talk about it. So who wants to start? Who wants to share their little book report? You have to put on your PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah.
What? Was everyone have a PowerPoint?
Yeah. Does everyone have their slides ready?
What?
Does everyone have their slideshow ready?
All right, we'll go in alphabetical order. Brosuke, you up first.
I'm up first again. Let's fucking go. I like being the point character. So when Quinnie recommended me Bleach, I'm like, well, I actually already seen it, but I was also a younger lad. By younger, I mean 18, right? 18, 19. And when I watched it, I'm like, okay, well, back when I watched it in sub, so I'm like, you know what? Kind of goes against what I was talking about earlier with Jpeg and other conversations off podcast. I decided to watch it in dub, just kind of see what happens, and it was really funny hearing Yu Narukami and Ishigo. It was really funny actually. But when was something unique about Bleach compared to the other big three, which is Naruto and One Piece. So Naruto and Luffy, they both had goals to do what they do. Like Naruto wanted to become Hokage, and then Luffy, wanted to be king of the pirates or whatever the fuck, right? They all had a goal, right? Ishigo was just this high school guy just wanting, he's like, I don't want to fucking do this. Get the fuck out of my life. I don't want to do this. I just want to protect my family. I don't want to do this. And it was really funny seeing this hot-headed guy who just didn't want to be involved, just slowly, and then he starts to be good at it, which is, cool. And then Rukia comes in, and I like their dynamic between episodes 1 and 3. It's really cool. And then that one scene in I believe it was episode 2, where she forced him to go do a job, and he saw a kid, running away from a spider in the park. Rukia's like, oh, you gotta ignore it. Hey, if you said you only want to do protect your family, then you should ignore this person. And then Ishigo's like, you know what? Nah, fuck you. It isn't that simple. I just want to do it because I want to do it. And I'm like, you know what? That's my goat. I love Ishigo as a protagonist. I think Ishigo is probably the best protagonist of the three. Then again, it's been a while since I've tried reading One Piece, and it's also been a while since I've read Naruto. Which Robin and Gon may be happy to hear this, but I'm gonna try to give One Piece manga a shot again. I was like 17. I was like 17. I was like 17 or 18 trying it, and like I said, I just didn't like it. I kept pushing on. Because I heard it got good. And it's never got good to me. 17, 18. Well, I'm gonna at least try again with the manga.
Yay!
Because like I said, one of my friends, Dylan, he's like, hey, the One Piece anime it's not that good. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm gonna try to read the manga. But in terms of Bleach, Rukia is probably the best part about it, at least in the early episodes. I'm probably gonna continue watching it off and on. That's how I handle long animes, to where in between my recs, I just watch a couple episodes here and there to keep going. But Rukia is definitely the best part. I know in episode 3 when Orihime's brother came back and basically was, hey, you forgot about me, and then Ishigo's like, fuck you. That's not how that works. You're an older brother. You don't do that. It's really cool. I like Bleach. I like the themes of it. But I think the best part about it is probably Rukia and the fact that the MC just didn't want to be involved. So I think that's what makes Bleach unique between the big three at the time anyway. I like it.
Bleach.
Yay!
I'm glad
Shout outs to Bleach!
For those younger, the big three is Bleach, One Piece, and the Naruto.
Yeah.
For any younger viewers out there.
One interesting thing about the big three, that was a little bit off topic, but I'll make it quick, is that one interesting thing about the big three is that I maybe it could be the communities I'm involved in, right? But I still hear people talk about One Piece because it's ongoing, right? I feel like it's one of the things about One Piece is still going. I hear people still praise Bleach, right? But when it comes to Naruto, that's out of the three, that's the one that died down.
Yeah,
and
I think it's because.
Go ahead, Robin.
It's the only
Yeah, I
way.
think that's isn't like that's like Naruto's like complete. Like if we ignore Boruto, the continuation, isn't Bleach also still isn't Bleach like
Is
last
still,
arc
yeah,
still ongoing?
yeah,
It's
Bleach
still
is still
ongoing,
going.
right?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the Bleach.
Yeah.
I don't think the manga got finished. That's why I know there was a lot of hate for Bleach
Yep.
like earlier on, right? Because it didn't finish. It was like a weird ending or whatever. I know
Yeah,
something
they
weird
continued.
happened,
Going, yeah.
but then they
Yeah, still
continued it.
going.
So
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that's. But even then, it's like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z kept going, right? But people will just keep talking about that. But like then Naruto, it's like maybe people didn't like it as much. Maybe I think like Naruto is more like a pre-teen, a teen thing, right? You watch it like it cool, then you're an adult. It's like, you know what? Maybe this maybe after part 1 it wasn't all that special.
Oh.
I mean, I enjoyed it as a kid, but it's not something I really think about that much as an adult.
I really think of the side characters more than Naruto. I like Naruto is a cool guy. I like Naruto as a main character, but you know, my goat Shikamaru, you know what I mean? Or Rock Lee.
Oh yeah.
Or Hinata.
Oh yeah, they're great. They're great. Love them.
Gosh.
Anyway, sorry to be off topic. Move on to the next person.
All right, Gon, you're up
Okay,
next.
so-
Brosuke recommended you Casshern Sins.
Oh, okay. That's okay. This is the order we're doing. Okay. Yeah. I know. Okay. Casshern Sins. You love old shit, broske. You really do. Oh my god. Okay. So
You know,
basically,
in terms of the Brosuke canon, this one is very modern for his standards. 2008.
I would think so. I think okay. To give a synopsis on Casshern Sins, kind of like seeing from Crunchyroll's expression, just Cashier, the main character, is a cybernetic assassin with no memory, and he basically wakes up in basically a wasteland. Kind of society's no more. Robots kind of roam the earth, and there's a main kind of like evil called Ruin. That the Ruin's kind of represented as robots just rusting and just dying out. It's kind of like in the recent episode that I watched, like in episode 3, we kind of finally get to see like what an actual human still exists. Like humans still exist in this world, but it's definitely like there's literally lack of resources, like total wasteland. And what we kind of see, at least from what I saw, was that it really kind of questions kind of robots' humanity, and how like how Cashier is being told that he was the one who caused this calamity for all this like society to fall apart, but he does not remember it. So he's like, what the fuck? How did I just kill one person that caused the entire fall of humanity? And he's also being told that if somebody manages to defeat him and eat him, they basically become immortal and will basically have like everlasting life, quote unquote. We don't know if it's true or not. And which kind of leads to basically a lot of people trying to kill him. It's like even in like episode 2, like he becomes somewhat like kind of friendly with this kind of like robot, like kind of a little robot society of like a friend group, but eventually it's just like even if he's on friendly terms, once people like realize that if they eat him and defeat him and turn on him, like he like yeah, it just kind of makes sense. Like if they turn on him, then they will live forever, and it kind of questions how robots really just feel certain emotions that it really more like it questions how robots kind of like, can robots feel something? That's the better wording for it. If robots can really feel love, if people can really fear, if robots can really fear death, if they can just like feel something. And I think this reminds me of a fucking book I read back in high school. Shout out to 12th grade English. But there was a book called Clara and the Sun that also kind of questions robots' humanity and how like especially in this modern day and age where AI and like tech is starting to become much more involved, it really kind of just puts in like, can robots actually become functioning humans in society? And obviously the main thing is that, can robots feel something? Can they feel love? Can they feel sadness? Can they feel hatred? And that it really kind of also just it really brings into question our own humanity. What makes us human? And I think that's kind of beautiful. That's basically.
What I really like about Casshern Sins, the reason why I recommended it to you is because it has a very similar setup to Cowboy Bebop, at least in the first half, to where it's very episodic in the first half, and the plot is sprinkled in, like you get hints of it here and there.
Yeah.
You're just kind of learning about the world with Casshern. And then like I think it's 24 episodes, I believe.
Yes.
I don't remember. Around episode 12 and 13, it then becomes like a very linear, like, oh, you're learning all this lore, and like Jpeg and I actually work at the Jpeg too, so Jpeg can add on to this too. But he and I share the same note, is that I really like it when an anime does that, where it's episodic and the plot is sprinkled. It's very subtle. So like if you're one of those people that like it's very easily distracted, or don't really pay fully attention to an anime, then I feel like Casshern is not going to hit hard to you.
Yeah.
But
Is that?
I know Casshern is like in quote unquote like really different compared to like my top 10, because it's not a hero's journey. It's not like a self-motivated thing. It's literally a post fucking
Apocalypse
shit, right? And what I like about episode 3 is that the human, he's a cocky, arrogant fucking asshole, and he's like, yeah, what the fuck's the point? The world's fucking ending, and then he dies at the end. It's like, oh my god. It's like, and that was probably my favorite episode of the early 12.
Like, one thing about this show is dark. This show is really dark. Like, if the first 2 episodes, like, if they weren't robots, like you would be seeing like blood and guts literally everywhere.
Yep.
And I was on it. It's not like I'm put off by it, because it's like, okay, yeah, I kept on watching it. I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. And I'm like, it really kind of sets into this world of how much like fighting has really kind of taken over, and how like everyone's really more out for themselves. And it really kind of emphasizes that the main character is being told that they're a killing machine, even though he seems like he can't control it. So, but Jpeg, what are you gonna say?
No. I definitely agree with you there. What I love about Casshern Sins is just the world building. It's very similar to Bebop, as Brosuke mentioned, where you get to see like the civilization, like you're seeing how they're coping, or slowly becoming extinct, right? And this is a really weird comparison, Brosuke, but the world building kind of reminds me of Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, I didn't tell you that it reminded me of that too, because I'm like, oh, you have a Metal Gear Solid. I can't really tell him that, but
yeah, and I don't know. I think you're gonna enjoy it, because I know you like Bebop Gun, so I think you will. I think there will be a certain point where you might be like, okay, they're doing too much exposition. There's too much plot. It's better when it's like subtle and episodic.
Yeah. There's already characters that I'm interested in. I think I forgot her name, but she has like kind of pink hair.
Yeah, she's fucking awesome.
She's amazing. She's so funny. I just kind of know she gets me like this kind of jester vibe, or just kind of having like, she's serious but also very like charismatic at the same time. So
yeah, she's really good.
I really want to know more about her from like her couple of like kind of shows up in the first couple episodes. So it's like she really kind of sets a mood, and she has a lot more information towards her. So I'm like very excited to see more of her. But yeah,
Luz.
She seems so cool. She seems so.
This is her name spelt for Quinnie and Robin.
Luz.
Luz. She's really she's fucking awesome.
She seems so cool, and I love her little like. I love her weapon, how she has like kind of Wolverine kind of claws things on her hands that she can retract.
Oh yeah.
And I think oh my god. I like that one. I like when characters have like kind of like hand weapons. But yeah. That's my thoughts on Casshern Sins, pretty much.
Who's next?
I'm next. So Gon recommended me a movie that was released recently called Look Back. I don't want to spoil the story too much, because I mean it's only 60 minutes. So I don't want to say too many details, but for the most part, it's about these two artists, and they one of them is like really good, and the other one is like still improving her craft, I guess. So they have this interesting interaction and dynamic where you can tell one is like a fan of the other, and the other is like kind of cocky, but also like a bit lost in like what they want to do going forward. There is a bit of like, it's not like super pronounced, but there's a small sci-fi element which I did enjoy. I'm not so sure if it's like, you know, more of a speculative thing or if it's like an actual canon thing, but yeah. I don't really want to talk about the story too much because again it's really short, but I'd rather talk about the themes. So some shows like I can't really relate to that much. Like I can't relate to some of these characters because like, you know, I love everything I've made. Like I'm not too insecure or jealous about other people being good as well because I'm great myself. But even then, I can still like enjoy the characters. That's always something I found weird, is that some people only like characters if they can very distinctly relate to them. And, you know, I understand having a stronger connection, but to be like, oh, I can't relate to them, so I don't like them. It's like, I never understood that. You know? I don't know about y'all.
No, I get it. It's definitely hard to, like, if you're not an artist and you watch Look Back, I think it has a set, like, there's definitely going to be some sort of distance between like you and the actual like piece of work, because like the main characters are artists and it really kind of hones in on that fact like throughout the movie. So I'm like, I felt like a little bit of distance, but when you go really into like the themes of it all, I started to like just think, it made me really think. It really made me think of like the people in my life, especially like friends.
Oh yeah,
I think
like the name of the thing is Look Back, so clearly it's about like you're looking back on your past and regrets and stuff like that. And I find it interesting because like the kind of character the main not the second girl, but like the main girl is not really the kind of character that like reflects. I feel like those kind of characters are like, oh, I'm the best at everything, I don't need to think, like the troll kind of characters. And in real life, like the people who are like that in real life from my friend circles, they usually don't look back. They're usually like chugging to the future. They don't want to reflect on their stuff. So I think it was really interesting to have this girl be in a position where she looks back on her past and like what she could have done. You know, maybe I should have done this. Maybe I should have done this. It's like, I don't know. I thought that was a really fascinating character study. You don't usually get that kind of character.
Yeah, definitely. I really like the sound of that kind of character because like it feels very like. It kind of has different. I don't know how to describe it, but I agree with what you were saying, Jpeg, like about the character.
Yeah, no, she's just a very interesting sort of character, and I do think the length was perfect. I think it being like less under an hour is like, it's like they wrote a story for less than an hour, and it delivered in less than an hour. It's great. All right, so I do recommend it. This was like my second anime movie ever, so maybe I'm ranking a bit higher because I've only seen 2. But yeah, it's pretty great. Next up, we have Robin, who I recommended Psychopass. What do you think, Robin?
Okay, I have my presentation ready. I have my slides, my notes all here. So we were supposed to watch 3 episodes. I ended up watching the whole first season of this one because I really enjoyed Psychopass. I did. So this show, it's a sci-fi and it takes place in the future where people and criminals can be basically assessed. Their like psychological states can be assessed and they can be given like a crime coefficient, and this basically determines whether they have like the capacity to rehabilitate or improve their mental state with like intensive therapy and such. And so the law enforcement in this world like uses these like gun scanners that can like instantly kill or just temporarily neutralize their targets depending on how high their crime coefficient reads are. And so the higher the crime coefficient someone has in the readings, that person has a lower possibility of recovering from their psychological state, from their mental state, even with intensive therapy. So in these cases, they would have to be shot down and instantly killed by the police force or the investigators, who are the main protagonists of this series. And so what I found interesting about the first 2 episodes was right away we see how very obviously flawed this kind of system is, because minor spoilers for the first episode. We see there's a situation where a criminal is holding someone hostage, and that criminal's crime coefficients in the readings was like really high. But like we also see that the hostage's crime coefficient also goes up because of the trauma they underwent, and because of this, they could potentially become a danger to themselves and the people around them. So if they had to be shot, they might have been killed, even though they're obviously the victim in this scenario. So, and I also like how in this world there are these latent criminals who are, or enforcers who work with the police force, and these people have high crime coefficients, but they're in a, I guess they're in a more stabilized state, so they aren't increasing, and they won't decrease either with therapy or rehab or anything like that. And these enforcers or latent criminals are basically used to help the police suss out criminals, because in their minds it takes a criminal to know a criminal. And even though they're good at their jobs, latent criminals are often looked down upon by the higher ups in the police force. And there are obvious tensions between like the higher ups and those who oversee the latent criminals and enforcers. So yeah, I really ended up enjoying the first season. It's a really fascinating world. I think there's a lot you can do with a premise like this. And although I do hear that the later seasons aren't as good, I'll likely still continue to watch them because I do want to see how this story unfolds. And I think, yeah, I do think like there's a lot more that can be told by the end of season one. The characters are also really great. But yeah, highly recommend this. I hope the description of the premise made sense to y'all. I can clarify as well if there's any confusion.
No, yeah, I just love the female character in that show. It's like one of my favorite protagonists ever. She's so great.
Yes, I love her so much. Oh my god.
She's great. I don't know. I just really love sci-fi, and this is like one of those that's like, yeah, I can see this somewhat becoming the real world in like 5 years ish.
It's I think it takes place. I looked it up. It takes place like in the year in like 2100.
Oh gosh.
So it's like very far in the future.
We're not too.
Yeah,
far
It's really cool though. Oh, sorry.
Mhm. Oh no, go ahead, Quinnie.
Yeah, I thought that sounded really cool. The fact that it's like set in the future. That's really, really cool.
Set in the future. I don't know. I always found it interesting that I just don't like shows that are like set up in like the past or like fantasy worlds, but I really do like shows in the future or like sci-fi stuff. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, sci-fi shows
That's
are cool.
fair.
Gosh. And then we have Quinnie, who was recommended from Robin. Apothecary Diaries, I believe.
Oh yes.
Yes, so Robin recommended me Apothecary Diaries, and I absolutely love it. I've only watched the first 3 episodes, like the past 2, and honestly, I can't wait to watch more. It was really, really, really good. Like the first few like episodes, they've got such a clear starting story, and like shows so much about Mao Mao's character, even in the first 3 episodes. Just kind of like her background, and then what happened to her, and then how she ended up where she is now, and then kind of like how her formerly being an apothecary like intertwines with where she is now because of like the situation she's been put in, and her dynamics with the other characters are really, really cool. But there's also really funny like comedy moments in it too, like her like speaking of like the comedy and like her interactions with people, her moments with like Ginchi is probably my favorite because he really thinks he can try and charm her, but she's really not interested, and it's so funny because he can charm like literally everyone else, but she's just like, yeah, nah, I really couldn't care less that you actually exist. I like those kind of dynamics, so you picked really well for me, so thank you. I love it, Robin. It's the best.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to hear that. And yes, I agree. I do love Mao Mao. She's a great character. I love her so much. She's such a little gremlin.
Yeah, she really is.
she's like a gremlin. She has like her own goal, like motivations, and she's kind of just she's put in a situation. She kind of just has to like deal with it because and
yeah.
But yeah, it's great. I highly recommend this to other people as well. And yes, I do love her interactions with Jinshi as well.
They're like so funny to watch, but like I love that like you said that like she's always in her own like she's in a gremlin score of like little world going on like despite the situation she's been placed in. And I love it when she sees something like in the grass and she'll go get distracted and stuff like that. It's just, but she also uses her knowledge to her best ability in a situation, and like they admire that about her as well.
Yeah. She might low-key be a drug addict as well.
Yeah.
Just as much.
But yeah, honestly, a great show. Definitely recommend it if you're into like adventure, romance, silly. It's really, really good. I love the little chippy moments. They're like my favorite. They're so funny.
All right.
Anyways.
Well, that was a good book report. Now we're gonna recommend each other things, Secret Santa style. So.
Yeah, we're gonna do a Secret Santa. Okay, bro.
All right. So just like last time. So Quinnie will recommend Gone, Brosuke, Robin, Jpeg, Quinnie. That's what we're gonna do.
Oh wait, first one.
Okay.
Okay, wait. Yay!
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And here's I think an idea. You can recommend a manga. We can let's allow each other to recommend mangas to each other.
One Piece.
I mean.
Okay, but anyways, but yeah, we can't have anything from our
If
top
we're gonna
five.
do a manga, then how many chapters do we have to read?
I don't know how long chapters are. How long are chapters?
I would say 50. 50 is a good one.
50 chapters?
Yeah.
50? I was thinking like 10.
Okay, but
I was thinking like 10.
Equivalent
Okay,
of
one
3
volume.
episodes.
One volume. How about that? One volume.
No, 3 volumes.
Yeah.
3
Wait,
volumes?
oh, no,
3
one volume.
volumes.
Oh,
3
yeah.
volumes or 1 volume?
2 volumes.
2 volumes.
Two
Two
volumes.
volumes. 2
2
volumes.
volumes. Yeah.
Yeah, that
2
seems
volumes.
fair. That
Yeah.
seems fair. Okay.
Yeah. 50 chapters is crazy. Like, what?
All right.
Okay.
So Quinnie,
Okay,
you're
so
up
then it's-
first.
Yeah.
Okey-dokey.
Okay,
So-
Quinnie, what do you want to recommend me?
I watched a bit of it and I need to continue, but I feel like because you've ranked as Dr. Stone before, I feel like you might. I don't know if you've already seen it, so I apologize if you have. I recommend Tower of God for you. I think.
Oh, bro, I'm watching that right now. Actually.
Oh my god, that's fantastic.
No, you're good. I'm literally have to watch the second season. I watched the first one.
Tower of
It's
God's
pretty
really,
good.
really good.
Okay. What do you? Let's see. Because honestly, I just got lucky that I got Brosuke because I already have like an immediate thing that he needs to watch. Because I'm like, honestly, because honestly, Quinnie, you could think about it more. Because I'm just I watched season 1 of Tower of God. It's really good. Yeah.
Since this book club stuff will be its own separate episode, I say you just talk about it a little bit so that we can extend the episode a bit.
Yeah. So I'm like, we honestly could just move.
Yeah, Gone, you start then if Quinnie's gonna.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Quinnie, you could just think of another thing. Because I'm literally like, okay, so, Brosuke, because have you seen Trigun yet?
No.
Okay, yeah. Then fucking watch Trigun, because I know you'll love it. Because I know, okay. I think for this particular, because there's 2 versions, I say at least watch the first episode of both versions, but whatever version you like more, just do the first 3 episodes of like whichever version you like more.
I got you.
Yeah. So it's technically 4 episodes, but like I think because there's such different vibes that I think you'll like the older one more just because of like I know what you like. But yeah, you might like the newer one. I might be shocked, but yeah. I'd say Trigun.
Gosh.
All right. So I have it picked out, Robin. It's inedible. Hajime no Ippo. I'm joking.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, no.
I was waiting for it.
No. All right. So this is gonna be a very special case. So I'm gonna recommend you Tonari no Saki-kun, which is the neighbor one I was talking about. Here's the name of it. So here's the thing. Every episode is 9 minutes long. So I did the math. So a normal episode average length is about 23 to 27 episodes, just depending on the anime. So I'd recommend watch episode 1 through 9 because they're 9 minutes long a piece.
Gotcha.
And like I said, it's literally just a guy doing random inventions. And honestly, the reason why I like this one because it reminded me of like an inside joke you and I have. So I'm like, you know what? I'm like, if Robin watches this, she'll be like, oh my god, this is just him and I and our friendship.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Okay, I'm down. I'm down. We have talked about it a little bit. This one, I'll give this one a watch. I guess I'll go next. I'm recommending to Jpeg.
Yeah.
All right, Jpeg. I think something I'm going to recommend to you is another movie, another short one.
Wow, I'm the movie guy.
Yeah, you're the movie guy. You need to watch. Actually, no, I have the perfect rec for you. That's not a movie because I know you haven't seen this yet. Kaguya-sama Season 2.
Ah.
Yes, yes. Oh my god, yes. I agree.
You gotta-
Yes. Finally.
Okay. If that's not allowed. Okay,
It's not a new thing.
Okay, for real. I mean, you haven't seen it.
That's
Okay,
our
I think-
eyelashes.
You haven't seen. That's her eyelashes. Okay, so I guess. No, I think I'll just recommend the movie. For you, JPEG, I will recommend a movie. I also recommended to Brosuke, Porco Rosso. It's a Ghibli movie, and it's pretty short. It's like it's about an hour long.
Not actually.
You can, yeah, it's really good. It's really good. I think you might enjoy it. I don't know. I just think you need to watch more movies because you refuse to do so, and I think this is a good one.
Yeah, the main character is a pig. You know, I like the show where the main character is a walrus, so this could be interesting.
Yeah, it's good. It's great. I think you'll like Porco.
I am walrus.
It's an amazing film, honestly.
Oh hell yeah, Quinnie, you've seen it.
Oh yeah, Porco's great. Porco's well, we can talk about Porco.
It's a flying.
Underrated
yeah.
one.
Gosh, Porco Rosso.
Let's go.
My turn. Quinnie, I was between two things. There's one that's like so bad it's good, but I don't really want to recommend that because it's like
Prison School.
no. That's my rec for Robin. That's my rec for Robin. Now gone.
That's already.
Now gone. The weird thing is, Prison School is not that far off from what I'm gonna recommend, Quinnie.
Whoa.
No. The joke one was gonna be another,
I
but I don't want to give. I feel like you've seen another, haven't you? Another.
I'd be surprised if Quinnie hasn't seen another.
Wait, which one's another? I don't think I have seen another. No.
Okay. Well, that's not my rec.
Okay.
That's not my rec. My rec is this little weird show named Kill la Kill. I'm sure you've heard of it. I don't know.
Oh my god! You cannot say Prison School and Kill la Kill.
They have overarching. They have overarching imagery. I'll say that.
Anyways, Kill la Kill's great. Kill la Kill's amazing.
Meh.
Okay, get the fuck. No kidding.
Take section is over, Brosuke.
Meh.
Yeah,
You haven't even seen it.
The fight for is
I have seen
over.
Kill la Kill. I've mentioned it before.
Oh, you like Gurren
Yeah,
Lagann,
Trigger
but this time
Studios.
for a female.
I've never seen that ever. Kill la Kill.
I don't
never
have to
seen.
I don't have to say the story too much, but it it's like this girl and she has to defeat people, and yeah, let's leave it at that. It's great. I think you'll enjoy it. I think it has a lot of stuff that you would like. But-
Ooh, good to know.
Okay. Now, Quinnie, what do you want to recommend me?
I want to
Weird.
recommend you Gone Blue Exorcist. It is
Yeah.
great. It's very much like if you like Hunter x Hunter, you'll like Blue Exorcist. The characters are really, really cool. The plots are really, really interesting. I think you'll really enjoy it.
I did see, like, when I was actually like researching on Crunchyroll, that has like 3 season 3s, or like
What?
I don't know. It has, like,
What?
I've never heard of that. That's weird.
I think I don't know. It's just different. It's different sagas.
Ah, that makes sense actually.
Yeah, they split. They must have like 3 different sagas. It's just like different, like Beyond the Snow or Shimane, or the last one is called The Blue Knight. I think it's just different arcs.
Yeah,
Gosh.
Okay.
it's very good though. I recommend you it. Honestly, it's so enjoyable.
Okay.
Oh god.
Yeah. Okay. I've been recommended it before. I just haven't sat down and watched it. But yeah, I'll watch it.
Woo!
But yeah, that's it.